All right, and we are back, and Joe Thomas is in studio. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
I was on your show, which is going to air tonight.
Yes.
Right? And, you were telling me something. We'll talk about the show in a minute. It's always time to talk about me.
Okay. I love it.
No. No, I'm kidding. But you told me something, and this is, I get all kinds of mind-blowing information every time we talk. I hear these guys, they're like, they say they're retirement experts, but they're really like gurus. And I hear these things that scare people. Oh, to retire, you need to have $3 million in the bank. And this, and most people are like, I know some people do and have more, but most people, no. You were telling me there's a lot of people that can retire and they don't even realize that they can retire. And you were telling me in particular about a woman, I think she worked at Publix.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because it was an amazing story.
Sure. So here's what happens. A lot of people hear all this rhetoric out there about retiring and you need $5 million. I mean, Susie Orman says you need $10 million. I mean, these are just astronomical, crazy numbers. I mean,
10 million.
Yeah. It's impossible to get these kind of numbers, right? I mean, so this particular person came in, this happened with many people where they come in with a certain amount of money and we run the numbers. We say, hey, look, here's what you're going to get annual from us, guaranteed payment per month or per year. And she said, oh my God. She looked at her husband. She said, that's more than I'm making now. And
wow.
I don't have to work. She came back a week later and said, Joe, we're going to do what you're suggesting here. I want to retire. And they retire. And I've had this happen many, many times where people just retire.
And this is a woman who worked at Publix.
Publix worker, right.
So this is not someone who's some rich lawyer or accountant or something. This is somebody that works very hard for their money and they're living a better life and are earning more money in retirement than slaving away at Publix.
So you've talked about public workers, how they work for the government and they have a pension plan. Mm-hmm. Those people are happy in many respects because they have a guaranteed income. And guess what we provide? We provide the income stream that they don't have with a 401k. It's that simple. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you've seen what happened on the news yesterday with DeepSeek, this Chinese algorithm that's been created for AI.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're in the market yesterday and you have a 401k, your 401k went down a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you can't control this stuff.
Everybody was in that.
Everybody's in that, right. I mean, the AI stocks are very popular now, the Magnificent Seven, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing wrong with them for a percentage of your money, but not all your retirement money when you're going to retire in a year or two.
And when you listen, most people that are in 401ks, you work hard, you make a good living, but you're not rich. You're not some hedge fund guy. So your 401k takes a hit. That's a serious hit for you.
It is. And, Brian, I don't know, maybe it's just the way I talk on the radio. Some people think, you got to have $1 million to talk to Jupiter Joe. No. We start with 25,000, 10,000 even. And a lot of times we'll start with a smaller amount and then clients will move over different investments they have that they're not performing well.
You can't, but you do take clients that have $1 million.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
So if you have 1 million or 10 or 20 million, don't hesitate to call for that no charge consultation. But yeah, I think a lot of people wrongly think I've got to be rich.
Right.
And you don't. In fact, I think oftentimes people that are not wealthy, they need your help more than the wealthy.
They do, because they don't want to make a mistake with their money. And that's what I try to emphasize to people on our radio show is that, and on here is that, hey, don't make a mistake because it's going to cost you dearly in your 60s or 70s. Most of our clients are in 65, 70 years of age. We work with younger folks as well and older folks. But the point is the 65 spot is where you do not want to make mistakes. I call it the third quarter. If you want to get into the fourth quarter, you really better make no mistakes, honestly.
Yeah. Well, listen, now I'm going to be on your radio show today, so which is, of course, on all of our radio stations. So what time will that be?
Tonight at 6 p.m., okay? And then, or you can go to YouTube. You go to Jupiter Joe. I guess it's Jupiter Joe Thomas, I can't remember, on YouTube. Just Google Jupiter Joe. Or you can, I think it's on your show as well.
Okay. But tonight on the radio at 6 o'clock and
6 p.m.
and you can tune in and you have a very good show and there's a lot of good information there. And I do listen to your show. But your show's also available on our radio station website and podcast. And I do listen to your show regularly. How do you know? That's how I know what to ask you about.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
No, but I do. I listen to your show, and I told you this. This is a crazy thing, but some of the things you say, they sound almost too good to be true. Like this lady at Publix.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Okay, working's great. I love working. I know you guys love working, but you can't work forever. And a lot of people out there, like this lady you're talking about, it gets harder to work as you get older. Yeah,
I mean, I have people that actually call me, and I kind of feel like they're priests, or in many respects, they'll call me and say, "Hey, listen, they open up to me. I have a guy right now I'm working with, and he works for a city job." And he says, I can't stand it. They're pushing so much pressure on me, and I really want to retire, but I want to wait until I get this next pay increase, or I want to wait until my account is this much money. Take a look at what you have, see if we can beat what you're going to do. And, we run the numbers for you, if that makes sense, to see if we can beat what you have.
I know some guys that have jobs, when you talk about government jobs with pensions, and those last year or two, they almost have heart attacks because they want to work as much as they can to get that pension bump.
Exactly.
You could die doing that.
So TSPs, thrift savings plans, and the drop and all the stuff you hear about with government workers, they're good. But, not all the time are they the best payout option. Mm-hmm. And we show people how you can relax a little bit more and make sure that you'll still have a guaranteed income.
That's right.
Okay?
Well, listen, I'm going to give you Joe's number. Now, the radio show is tonight at 6. Wherever you listen on the radio to me, you can hear Joe's talk. And that, by the way, is every week. But I'll be on the show tonight. But call Joe Thomas. Take advantage of this no-charge consultation. And remember, you can take advantage of this no matter where you're located in the country. Oh, I want to tell you, we had our inauguration party at Wings Plus in Coral Springs last Tuesday. There was a guy, he wouldn't stop talking about how much he loves you.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, cool. Him and his wife, I don't know which one men with you or both, but him and his wife, they were like
awesome.
On top of the world.
Awesome.
So here's Joe's number, 561-743-0999. And by the way, I didn't get your name, guy. If you want to be on a commercial, call in sometime. 561-743-0999. And if you missed the number, just go to his website. It's very easy to remember, jupiterjoe.com. And the radio show's tonight at 6.
Brian, thank you so much. And by the way, you have great listeners. I got to be honest with you. They're best in the world.
Well,
honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You hear that, guys? You're great.